So a good way to practice these would be to make some up yourself. So make up some double brackets, multiply them out, and then try and use long division to get back to one of the terms. So I'm going to make one up, multiply it out, and then I'm going to use long division to try and get back to the start again. So let's say I go for 3y minus 2 multiplied by 2y plus 6. So I'm going to crack open the first egg. I then have 3y and a set of brackets and minus 2 and a set of brackets. I then put everything from my second egg inside of each of the brackets. So I have 2y plus 6, 2y plus 6. I then do 3y by 2y is 6y squared. 3y by plus 6 is plus 18y minus 2 by 2y minus 4y minus 2 by 6 minus 12. 18y minus 4y goes together to give me 14y, and it's positive. And then I've got 6y squared minus 12. So we set up our bus stop, and we have 6y squared plus 14y minus 12 inside the bus stop, and 2y plus 6 outside the bus stop. So, just like in our last example, we start with the highest power of y in this case, which is going to be 6y squared. And we're going to divide it by the highest power of y outside the bus stop, which is going to be 2y. So again, we're going to have rough work. So we're going to have 6y squared divided by 2y. What will divide into 6 and also into 2? Well, 2 will divide into both of them. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 2 divided by 2 cancels. And then we have y squared divided by y. What will divide into both of them? Well, y will. Y squared divided by y. It leaves you with y. And y divided by y cancels. So we're left with 3y. So 3y goes over here on top of our bus stop, and that's the first part of our answer. 3y. We're now going to multiply that 3y by everything outside the bus stop. Again, we do that in our rough work. So we have 3y multiplied by 2y plus 6. 3y by 2y, 6y squared. 3y by 6 plus 18y. We then write this down directly underneath the first two terms, just like we did in the last example. So we have 6y squared plus 18y. We then have to change the signs of everything on the bottom row, so this becomes a minus and this becomes a minus. 6y squared minus 6y squared cancels, and minus 14y, plus 14y minus 18y becomes minus 4y. We then bring down the minus 12, and we repeat the process all over again. So I'm just going to move these out of the way so I have a bit more space. Okay, so again, we want to choose our highest power of y. In this case, it's minus 4y. And we're going to do minus 4y, again, divided by 2y, because it's always the highest power of y each time. So we have minus 4y divided by 2y. And we think What will divide into minus 4 that will also divide into 2? Well, 2 will divide into both of them. Minus 4 divided by 2 is minus 2. And 2 divided by 2 just cancels. And y divided by y cancels. So we're left with minus 2. So minus 2 goes on top of our bus stop. And again, we multiply the minus 2 by everything outside the bus stop. So we have minus 2 multiplied by 2y plus 6. Minus 2 by 2y, minus 4y, minus 2 by 6, minus 12. Our answer then gets put underneath these two terms. So we have minus 4y, minus 12. Change the signs. This becomes a plus, this becomes a plus. They both cancel. And we're left with 0, which is what we want. Okay. And if we think back to our previous example, we multiplied out 2y plus 6 by 3y minus 2, and we got 6y squared plus 14y minus 12, which is why when we divided 6y squared plus 14y minus 12 by 2y plus 6, we got 3y minus 2 back out. So just quick recap of that. We always start off by dividing the highest power inside of the bus stop by the highest power outside of the bus stop. So 6y squared divided by 2y, and I did it over here, 6y squared divided by 2y is 3y. That 3y then goes on top of the bus stop. That's the first part of your answer. And then the 3y is multiplied by everything outside the bus stop. So 3y multiplied by 2y plus 6. And I did it over here to get 6y squared plus 18y. I then had to write this underneath the first two terms. And then I had to change the signs of each term. They cancelled, and when I worked this out I was left with minus 4y. Then I brought down the minus 12. I then repeated the process. I chose the highest power of y, here was minus 4y. I divided it by 2y. I worked that out over here. Minus 4y divided by 2y gives me minus 2. I then put the minus 2 on the top of my bus stop. That's the final part of my answer, but obviously I have to show all my working out to get my full marks in the Leaving Cert exam. I then had to do minus 2 multiplied by 2y plus 6. I worked it out over here and I got minus 4 minus 12. I then wrote those two terms down here underneath these two terms, changed the signs, they cancelled, and I was left with 0. So there's my answer, 3y minus 2.